Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to, I don't know what we're calling this show, to be quite honest with you, a sit-down conversation, champagne bottle opening, red wine bottle opening, you've had two already, Matt. Good grief, man. A moment to reflect, I guess, find out what we know, what we don't know, what the future may hold, what the future may not hold. I'd say one thing the future does certainly hold, and that's Marcus Evans nowhere near my football club, and I can't be more delighted if I tried. I had a moment this evening. You know, my dear dad wasn't a great fan of Marcus Evans. He'd have loved to have been here to have seen this, and I'm sure looking at social media, many people feel the same. I know Curtis, Big Bag Yatesy, feels the same. But hey, we're here. It's a good moment to reflect. We've got Bald and Blue. Good evening, Gov. Good evening. Nick Muller, talk of the town. Yes, we brought the exclusive with Matt Slater from The Athletic. First podcast to go live with the news. I mean, 10 seconds of the news dropping. We were there. Cruncher was there 10 minutes beforehand in the No Crunch. Alex Wilson. Hey, guys. Yes, there will be a link for you all to jump on and have your say as always. As always, joining me this evening are two wonderful people. They are our resident media mogul and our resident cruncher, Hard Truth. I won't introduce you tonight. This is more of a pickup from when we left off earlier. We had the we've got Amy joining us. We've got Graham joining us. Graham's already had his book in the hands of Brett Johnson. Graham wastes no time.
Fantastic.
That was impressive.
He got a pigeon to send it over first class. Obviously,
Brett's got his swag. Did you see that? What he called it? He's got his cap and his scarf, and he's got his Ipswich swag. He called it.
Swag. Bring the swag. Yeah,
it's going to be exciting time. Joshua Phillips party on the blue side of East Anglia. James Reed. This is a very, very happy night for us town fans. It absolutely is. Lee Bays, evening, God. We're really great to see you. Another smile back. Like Cheshire Cat, absolutely buzzing. So, what is that, Matt? And how many have you had?
It's a nice bottle of Chianti. I've been to that region. Very nice. I've only had a couple of glasses. Got to celebrate. Come on. Got to celebrate success, haven't you?
A nice East Anglian ghost ship.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Keep
Beautiful.
it local.
Absolutely. Might send them over a crate so they can sample what they're going to have on a match day. Crunch, what are you drinking this evening?
Nice coffee, mate. Nice coffee. I've had my Chinese, Matt. I had a beautiful Chinese.
Oh. Did you have the champagne? You had like that
Still
bottle,
not open, mate. Still not open. Missus not feeling too well, so there's
it's
two bottles of Moet. 2 bottles of Moet. When we win at Wembley in May, we'll fire it open, yeah?
Yeah.
Steady on. So we've had the reflection, the instant reaction, and it was instant from us. Well done, guys. I'm really proud of both of you. How are we feeling now? We sit here 9:05 on the Wednesday. I know, Matt, today you described it as that new dad feeling. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's a very surreal moment when you become a parent for the first time. It's almost like you're walking around in a daze. Really, really odd. And it kind of that hallmark of when I became a dad was like the same today. It was almost like this is happening around me. I can't quite take it all in. Do you know what I mean? Because you go from the low of Rochdale where we could barely stay awake Saturday, was it Monday? Monday watching the game. We could barely stay awake. Monday. And here we are, midweek, owned by Americans and talking of huge investment that's coming into the club. So fantastic. A week is a long time in football. People always say that.
Cruncher, what an apt way for the Marcus Evans regime to die. Then a 0-0 without a single shot. I keep coming back to this game, but a 0-0 without a single shot on target.
It's funny if you've seen.
It wasn't funny. It
no,
really wasn't.
The new chairman's interview. You know, it's the last couple of sentences when he says, like, when we leave the club, we want to leave the club in a better state than it is now. And then you think Marcus came in 2008. Was it about November time in 2008? we were 6th in the Championship, and he leaves us today, and we're, 8th, sitting 8th in the 3rd tier. So not really gone to plan, has it, really? But look, it's onward and upward. It's only positive now going forward. It can't be anything negative. It can't be at the minute. It's all positive today. It was a bit surreal when it broke, because I think we all knew it was going to. You obviously, Martin, knew more than I did. And there's always a nagging little.
Just say that again.
Yeah, you knew more than I did, and that. But there's always a nagging little feeling. I think, look, everybody who's watching tonight, everyone on social media, until you see that announcement, you're thinking, is it happening? Is it happening? And then, look, when we got it, and I'll admit, I was emotional then, because the football club means a great deal to me. And it is.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I think this is why we had the show. We're having the show tonight to get together, have a few drinks, discuss it, because a few people today have got emotional, and it's only right to. It's a huge part of our lives. It's, we all live and I can see the TWTD forums now. Do they not sleep? More content, but this is our football.
Have they got families? Yes, to all of those.
Yes, well, some of us have.
I see you got a bit of grief on Twitter. What did you call it? My football club.
My club.
Well, it is. Well, it is.
How dare you?
It's all our clubs. You can say it's my club. Of course you can.
I'm talking from it's my Twitter account. It's my football club. This is my show. This is our show, and we live and we breathe this football club. So you're damn right we're going to talk about it, and you're damn right. And we've built a fantastic community in just a year. So it's only right as a community we come together. There's nearly 300 people watching this live. There'll be many thousands watch it back. Already over 1,000 from this morning. We've built a fantastic community, but we are a community. We're a family, and this is only right. We come together and we discuss it.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
This is
For
a
many
historic
celebrate.
moment, isn't it? In the history of Ipswich Town, this is massive.
Yeah, landmark day. It's a landmark day, absolutely.
Absolutely, and as you say, for a lot of you, you're in a sort of a daze. It's all gone really quickly. I'm really pleased the rest of the world now know, and everyone's catching sort of up, and we can talk about it like this over the last period of time. I won't say what, but it's been really difficult doing shows. Because how do you say what you know without saying what you know? And you know what I mean? So I'm really pleased.
One of the reasons why we had all three of us on the Talking Town extra time last night. Say goodbye to the Evans era.
Couldn't wait. Legacy Bates from the Drummer Monkeys singing "We Are Rich" to watching Rochdale 0-0 draw to Evans still in the club. One hell of a roller coaster. It really was. Chris Wardman. It shows what you've done over a short time, but what you can do. Application, kindness, and respect. Thank you, Neil Wilmore. The interviews with O'Leary and John. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight probably a lot. But those two in 12 minutes. Somebody sent me a message saying in 12 minutes they've made Leo Neil and Muggs Evans look really incompetent. Just in 12 minutes.
Yeah,
definitely.
I feel sorry for Leo Neil. Really nice guy, left to sort of fend on his own devices. Not really, set up to
Not
foul.
his fault.
I'll call it.
Not his fault, is it?
I think what's come out of those interviews is two businessmen are always thinking about the exit route. And already, even though today's day one, they're already talking about when they leave. We want to leave the club in a better position than when we found it. And that, really good businessmen always think like that.
I can confirm I am not. No, I am not a shareholder.
Yeah, we are.
I wish I was. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be flying
Yeah,
that.
me dad got some shares. That Ipswich Town PLC was formed out of when we went into administration, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If I remember rightly. That's when they were sold, wasn't it? The shares.
Yes. Was it? I thought it was there. I thought it was when the administration came around.
Yes, I'm saying. Yeah. It came
sorry.
off the back of that, I believe. It's a long time ago now, isn't it?
Right, we have got a young fan which are going to come on now and discuss what it means to him. Somebody who has never known anything but a Marcus. There is an echo. Whose audio is?
I don't know. I keep thinking yours is feeding back a bit. Someone's got like a little bit of rustling. It's not me.
Hello there.
Coming back.
Hello there. Matt, it's you.
What?
No, listen. Listen. Honestly, listen. Right. Hello.
Hello.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll carry on then. Right. This young fan is. Who is it, Cruncher?
It's Mini Cruncher.
Cruncher.
There he is. Archie.
Yep.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yep.
So you've never experienced life without Marcus Evans. I feel so sorry for that sentence. What does it mean to you?
I don't know.
He's speechless.
Archie's been going since I think you were 2, Arch, when you went. It was 2013. I remember Sheffield Wednesday it was, Martin. We got drilled 3-0 at home. I think Ross Barkley was playing for them, Matt.
Ross Barkley. I remember that game.
Paul Jules.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, it was one of. No, I think it was. Oh, it was. Yeah, because Jewel had gone on the Tuesday after the DVD after Derby. So Archie, look, that was his first game. Obviously, it was decent when Mick was there, wasn't it, Arch? For one season.
Yeah.
We got to the playoffs. So that's probably your best memory, isn't it? The playoff season.
Mhm.
And it wasn't. The football wasn't great then, but we were winning, weren't we? Because I don't know if everyone knows. Archie, you're 10, aren't you?
Yep.
Been to about 33 away grounds already. So he look, I've got 3 kids, Archie, Elliot and Ollie. They're all mad Ipswich fans, probably because of me. I probably took them kicking and screaming. But look, you still wanted to go, didn't you? Even this season, if we could have gone.
Mhm.
And I know we can't, but I just want, not just Archie, I said earlier, it's like for all of us, Matt, Martin, we've seen us be decent, and I just want my kids and other people's kids out there. You know, people like Curtis as well. On this morning, he's only early 20s, and you think you want to see us. You want to see us in the Premier League, don't you, Archie? Because who do your mates support?
Like Chelsea and that.
Exactly, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. You know, it's you fair play to Archie. Look, he's sat there tonight. He's got the shirt on. Let's see the shirt, Arch. Proud to wear the badge, and you shouldn't be shy at that. That you go out and your mates say, "Oh, why do you support Ipswich?" Yeah, because I'm proud to support Ipswich. My dad supports them. My granddad supports them, and hopefully, when you get older, and Ollie gets older, and Archie gets older, you have kids, and that's how it continues. And we want to see better times, Matt, don't we?
Well, this was one of our worries, wasn't it, under Evans? We used to say, didn't we, before the takeover, where's the next generation coming from? Because if you're stuck in League One, mid-table, huge stadium of 30,000 people, you've only got 10,000 coming in. The stadium's too big for you. All you've got is the history. It was worrying times. And I feel like now, as I said earlier, we've now got a platform of progress to be able to push it forward, and proper football people to come forward. Like Mike O'Leary, when he talks, you know that guy has been around the game for a very long time. And I know West Bromwich Albion fans have messaged me today, DM'd me today, saying, we wish we had that guy back at our club right now. So that speaks volumes to me. That speaks volumes.
Huge. All right. We've got loads waiting. Wow, I love it. Look at all these people.
Football training tomorrow. We're there, aren't we, Arch, tomorrow night. Tell everyone who you play for.
Sawston.
Oh, yeah, Sawston.
Sawston under-10s, best under-10s team in Cambridgeshire.
Back on the grass.
Back on the grass. We're there, aren't we?
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant.
Cheers, Arch.
Right, mate. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, mate.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
George Nunn, my boy is 7, born in Norwich, claims to be a Man City fan. Well, he wouldn't be a Norwich fan, would you? He's been to 3 Ipswich games, all draws, but is a tough sell. Today has given him some hope that we might still win him over. Yeah, talking about young fans, and also attract to go Amy, welcome in. How you doing?
Do I count as a young fan?
You're a young fan, of course you are. Of course you are. How are you feeling now as we sit here 9:15? I mean, the excitement's not going to wear off for a while. I mean, I'm still buzzing. I've known for a while, but what you want?
How many? How many bottles in? It's disappointing. Have you been working today? You've been working?
No, she binned it off. She binned it off, didn't she?
I did. Literally, as soon as the news came in, I was seeing it on my phone. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get any more work done today. I'm going to have to do it tomorrow on a hangover. It's fine. It's fine. Luke's still off work, so it's fine. Teachers, they don't do anything.
Your boys, you want them to grow up supporting Ipswich, don't you, Amy? I think it's really important.
So my family find it really funny to tease me about them being Leeds fans. I get really cross with it. So I'm at the point at the moment where I just try not to react. But the thought of my boys, Bellend Road is 10 minutes from my house. Literally, it's ridiculous. Every time I leave Leeds, I have to go past Bellend Road. I have to see those wankers. Like the first time we got out of lockdown last year, I got to Doncaster to see my in-laws.
Have you seen Ben Adams' comment, Amy? He's so excited he's putting his Christmas tree back up.
Go for it. Send pictures.
Love it.
I can see what Leeds is.
Look at us all laughing and being happy.
Yeah,
I can see why Leeds is a bit of a sell for young.
We were on the way back we'd been to Donny because grandparents had the kids, and we were driving back, and there was a load of smoke on the road coming back in, and we were like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And then we drove past Bellend Road, and they're having a party because they got promoted.
Yeah, soon.
And then you get off the road and you go to the ring road, and I live just off the Leeds ring road, and we were at traffic lights, and they were beeping at the traffic lights because they just got promoted. And I'm not joke. Yes, Joe, seriously, I will go and get the Jaeger in a second. Just give me a minute, and I will.
He really will.
But they were beeping, and I was just like, do you know what? I fucking hate you all, but also I miss this, and I wish that we got to do this, what they got to do last year. Do you know what? There is no group of fans that better deserved getting promoted to the Premier League in lockdown. Like, that was Leeds fans, because they are twats.
Norwich
they
fans
deserve to not be able to celebrate it properly.
Leeds are a great club, Amy. Leeds are a great club. Their fans might be
not.
I can see why people would like them. You got Bielsa. Look at the ground they cover as a team.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what their fitness stats are compared to ours against Rochdale. Because I watched them against Sheffield.
I don't want to know.
3 or 4 times greater.
Who sent you that message last night, Martin, about Bielsa, about sending them out to do litter picking?
Somebody in the chat last night when we were talking about application and yeah, it is. It is.
But where I live.
Well, Andrew Plum. There's a great comment from Andrew here. Blue running through the blood for all of us. Up the town. Come on, you Blues. The only way is up now. A lot better times ahead. Great show as always, guys.
I think that's Colin's son. I think that's Colin's son.
Is it? Welcome in, Andrew. Ben Moore, Norwich City, we're coming for you. Get this party started. Let's be happy, which we are. Yeah, we absolutely are. David Pascoe. Sorry, a comment out there. I can't quite find it again. Do apologise. Jory Duncan. To be fair, there's been a few non-Ipswich fans on social today wishing us all well and saying if any teams deserve it, we do. Amy, if you had the choice, would you buy Ipswich Town Football Club or half a Harry Maguire?
Ipswich Town Football Club. If I
It's a question in the chat.
God, I wish I could. I wish I could be the owner.
You don't have to. Now we've got fantastic owners.
No, I don't need to be because we are fine. Honestly, watching that Brett Johnson interview today, I was just like, I love this. I'm so bored. And I shouldn't be because like big conglomerates and all that bollocks. I've been watching. Has anyone else watched Superstore on Netflix?
No.
I'm at the point where they're talking about unions and stuff, and I'm a little bit reserved about where this club might go. But I just think, you know what?
Don't be.
There's no way Marcus Evans.
It's going to be real excitement.
Marcus Evans, and to be fair, he said it on the statement. He promised us that he wouldn't sell unless he felt it was right.
I ain't having no Marcus Evans.
I know.
Legend of his own story on this show tonight, I'm afraid.
I've got to feel like that means this is the right sale.
Well, it's the right financial sale. That's. I tell you what.
He's agreeing with me.
Amy, I've not heard of this Superstore before. People are picking it up in the comments. Superstore on Netflix is unreal. I've not heard of it.
No, me neither.
It's fucking brilliant. Honestly, it's so funny. It's so funny. And they talk about like they start unions, and I really relate to it from.
Okay, cool.
So
Stephen Latimer.
Thomas Legg
Hello.
says, go on. I don't know. Thomas Legg says, have they purchased the ground? Did you see the press conference? They've purchased some land, haven't they?
I need the training ground, I believe.
Sorry, previous to coming on here, I got a small group of us, just to have a chat, and because I think being so far away from each other, I just wanted to celebrate tonight. So it was really nice to sort of like, as if we were nearer together, we'd be in the pub and that was my thinking. So we got together and we would, and what the discussion came to was, what if we sell Portman Road? And I know Martin said earlier about if that's what we need to do.
Well, we couldn't.
But it
sell
just
Portman Road.
I
But
can't.
the lease is owned by the council,
I
no?
cannot let it go. I can't. This place, maybe it's just me living so far away, but Portman Road is home, and it has been since for like 30 years. And I can't get my head around doing an Arsenal and leaving Highbury. Do you know, like us doing that? I can't do it.
Well, you haven't got. Don't worry. Don't worry. We don't own Portman Road.
Maybe we don't need to worry about it. But
at this
if
point,
you don't own it, then surely that's the first thing gone.
Well, no.
They don't own Portman Road because the council. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We don't own Portman Road. The council do.
Correct.
But I would imagine the new conglomerate own the training ground.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because they bought
consortium.
So where are you going to build a ground?
Well, you're living in like you're like Back to the Future. You're way in the future. Like this is
so an interesting part from the press conference.
Now.
Brett Johnson is speaking about his relationship with Frank Yallop, who was his manager at Phoenix Rising. It seems Mr. Yallop did a good job of selling the Blues to the new owners. I've actually spoken to Frank tonight. He will be coming on soon.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Let me know when he comes on. I promise I won't be drunk.
We own the ground. George has put in the comments here. We own the ground, but not the land. And I think the land has to be sports related for the next 100 odd years or something. You have to have.
Will we one day move away from Portman Road potentially? Will that be the best thing for the football club? Probably. Probably. Football moves on. Ipswich Town is a dated stadium. But this is not for now. This is not the conversation of now. The conversation of now is
in the press conference. I think that was asked Martin tonight by Stuart or Andy.
It will be because everyone thinks new owners, new stadium, everything flashy. But they want to be really respectful with this. They want to be really respectful, pay homage to the heritage, respect the badge, respect the club, put the club back in the community, firmly in the community, and they do not want to see this as a whistling bells tour. We're going to rip you out from Portman Road, kicking and screaming, put you in a new stadium that's just soulless, bowlless, heartless, crowdless, noiseless.
They're not going to call us like tractor soccer boys, are they?
No, we are Ipswich Town Football Club. We are Ipswich Town Football Club to them, to us, to everybody. I can't promise you that, to be fair, but I can assure you of that. George, you were waiting this morning. You haven't been waiting all day. I'll just clarify that point. You've not been waiting all day.
Been in the green room all day.
How are you feeling, George?
Hi, George. Hi, mate.
Yeah, I've been waiting in the office with Marcus Evans to get the deal completed on here.
Good man. Have you made sure he signed with a bit where it says put your name here?
Yeah, sign here.
Yeah, there weren't any corruptions on these forms. Don't worry about that.
Whoa, George! Again, where is my
Get it up on the screen.
Where is my trust? Hang on.
Get it on the screen.
It's coming. Views are their own and not of the network.
So I'm going to caption this. Are you excited, George? Are you excited?
I'm that excited. I've even got my Ipswich Town hat on.
You've put a hat on.
I did not want you to finish that sentence.
George, what does it mean to you? Like, Marcus Evans has been here for 13 years. We've gone from 6th or 7th in the Championship to 8th in League One. Bedsheet's got his bedsheet out once or twice over that period.
Once.
What's it mean to you, George?
Maybe we might see a lick of paint round Portman Road and it won't look like a funeral home anymore.
Good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think that is on something that is one of their infrastructure is certainly one of their
improve the match day experience. Martin is what Brett said this evening.
Yeah,
what I look forward to the most is in my lifetime is not seeing when we sign players that it's on the caption it's free transfers or Bosmans.
Well, George, I'm going to surprise you here, but you might want to sit down for this, but. You don't be surprised if Frees and Bosmans are still the way to go. Have you ever come across a term called Moneyball? Anybody? We're going to be sort of.
Days.
we're going to be looking at that. Kieran Maguire. This is what I've picked up from Kieran Maguire today. Player trading is something they're going to really look at. And your best way of telling a profit is going from a 3 to a million, or a 3 to 2, or a 3 to 5. So
I don't think we can go from a 3 in Ollie Hawkins and get 3 million.
Oh no, we're talking about different level of free transfers.
Very true.
This ain't Alice Billiard.
After what we've done, we can spend £10 and we'll still be doing better than what we've got on the team. Surely.
I think Carl Brooks nails it. We might be able to attract a better free transfer option now, bigger wages perhaps.
They did say a big part of it was on the academy, working with the academy, Brett said. And he was on about even players going to the States to play, Matt, from our academy.
Like it. I hope we can link up with like Phoenix Rising and the new franchise we've got in Rhode Island, and maybe even the one in Denmark. I feel like we're part of a little family now of clubs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we are.
Does that mean at Portman Road all Marcus Evans signs and that will be removed?
Yeah.
Doesn't own the football club anymore. He's nothing to do with it. He's a part of 3 Lions. Am I right in reading that? He's part of 3 Lions, and then that's a part of Game Changer 20.
I don't think he's part of 3 Lions. I think he's just part of he's 5% of Game Changer, I believe.
Brett Burkay and Mark Dentmer, isn't it? The
Right.
3 Lions.
Yeah,
he owns some of the training ground as well. I think Marcus, I think's kept, hasn't he?
Of course, you would do. It's prime real estate, which on the outside of Ipswich, where Statman lives, that side of town. All the best people live that side of town, I reckon.
He's called Renaissance. He's called Renaissance Statman now. He's changed his name. Renaissance Statman, he's calling himself.
Yeah, he definitely. Analytic, absolutely nothing wrong with free transfer. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Huge amount of
We'll be the top of the list.
On a serious thing, and I know it might not happen, but are you telling me that's where we need to move, where the training ground is?
No, Amy.
So I'm not bloody driving that far out. I know where I park. I know where I walk to the ground.
You need a coffee. Go and get yourself a coffee.
Amy, darling, you've travelled from Leeds down to Ipswich. I don't think the extra 10 minutes is really going to hurt you. Do you know what I mean? You've already come that far.
I know where I park, and I know what pubs I need to go to before my 10-minute walk to the ground. Don't fucking move my football day.
Don't worry, we're not moving. We're not moving for the time being.
I tell you.
I'm swearing too much.
No.
Alex,
hello guys, you're right.
Journey starts here. I love it. Talk to us, Alex. The journey starts here.
Yes, it really does. And to coin a phrase from one of my American idols, and you crunch all like this, it's time for this club to start styling and profiling again. we have too many years of like literally treading water, and it's just like, my first year at this club was 99, the year before we went up, and we talked about being proud to be part of this club, and kids these days going for your Chelsea's, Uniteds, and all that. I was actually one of those fans in 1996. My first shirt was a Man United shirt, but it was through going to Portman Road with my dad and watching that I actually changed my colours and became a Town fan. And just the guys that didn't see that Wembley 2000 and what we've got coming, and I've been literally. I've been on cloud nine all day. I've literally, if I could jump up and down, I think I actually would. And
one of my first thoughts today is one of my friends who I go to with a lot of away games. He started supporting us in 2004. Fuck knows why. I was like,
it's a mystery.
You now get to see. He loves me. You now get to see Ipswich without Marcus Evans. Like, we get to see this new era. There's so many. I mean, I try not to think of myself as old. Views of their own. But I do feel for the younger fans, and it makes me feel old. But I just think, like, when I've had a few drinks, I think of Matt Holland, and I start to watch the playoff finals again every time. I put Singing the Blues on my Spotify, which actually the 20-year-olds and younger won't know. They don't remember when we had that playing out in the ground every game. And like, I'm planning on walking down the aisle at my wedding to Final Countdown. because that's what they played at the derbies. In the second half, we had Final Countdown.
Yeah.
We haven't got this. The next generation haven't got this.
But they
And it
have
just
now.
feels like,
But they have now. This is the
Hopefully.
moment. This is the
Hopefully.
revitalization of Ipswich Town. And as Luke says today, Alex, he loved Brett and Mike's interviews. Have you seen their interviews?
Yeah,
What did you make of it?
And that was exactly what I was going to say. I was literally watching Brett's, and before I came on here, literally, and it was just like for me, it's so refreshing to hear them say, you know, we're going to invest, we're going to do this. And you think about it this way: it took 7 years, was it, to see who Marcus Evans was? Those boys have done more press in 5 hours than Evans did in 14 years.
It's like Martin said, it was 12 minutes. 12 minutes of press. We know they are.
And it's just like, you know,
yeah.
and you see what Brett Johnson came out and said, you know, on Look East today, and it's just so, I cannot put into words how excited I am for the future of this football club. And, you know, yeah, we might, and I'm also excited to look at, you know, like Martin said a second ago, you know, with the other clubs and the links that they've got, you know, and even looking from our side, you know, we've been sending like guys to like Ayr, and Idris El Mazouni has gone to like Grimsby or wherever it was.
Yeah,
you know,
Grimsby,
you can't, the quality of, you know, the quality of football in like Denmark or the States, you can't tell me that they're going to, you know, that's not going to be a better quality of football. And what would also
you'd rather pop over to Phoenix, wouldn't you, Alex, and go to Grimsby?
Absolutely, and you know what
I disrespect to Grimsby, it's really nice there, apparently.
And what I was thinking, you know, you've maybe asked if the philosophy between all the clubs going to be fairly similar. So, you know, if you go and play at Phoenix or you go and play at Helsingborg, the style that they're going to be trying to implement, is that going to be the same, you know, across the club? So you're not going to be going to Grimsby and playing hoofball and then coming back to us and wanting to be playing it on the ground, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
do you reckon do you reckon we can get a pre-season tournament going with Phoenix and Lazio?
I don't see why not.
You know,
pre-season tours of the States rather than Dublin this year, boys.
Oh yeah,
we still had that Lazio pre-season friendly, are we, off the Serini deal?
Yeah, two, didn't we?
I was going to say something about the Serini deal.
We had one,
we had one,
friendly, haven't we?
Seriously,
Florentina 1 year as well. I remember Florentina coming for a pre-season.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the thing is, and also because we're part of this network of clubs, you've got that available to you. Also, got this unofficial partnership with Dsseldorf, and knowing how these guys work with community and clubs, it wouldn't be surprised me to see them sort of really embrace that. We almost, thanks to, I know I'm so right. I know I'm just spot on. I know, but we really started to embrace that under McCarthy. Went there for a tournament, had that sort of feel good vibe. Sorry,
I was just going to ask: Do we lose the Dsseldorf link because of
not an official link, is it?
I wanted very much to go over to Ireland when we had that a lot under McCarthy, but Dsseldorf was just amazing. But it was the same price to buy a bottle of water as it was to buy a beer on their terrace.
Somebody who may like a beer is this man, legends.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Are you a beer man?
I like the sound of a price of a beer, all right. No, I just haven't had any beer today. I've been good. I've been a good boy. I've been looking after the kids.
Michael Finch just makes this point here, Mark, and we can start the conversation there, really. I liked when Brett Johnson said, I can't wait to get over to see some of the fans as that's a proper owner. What did you make of Brett's interview when you listened to it?
I thought it was a breath of fresh air. I really did. I thought it was brilliant. You know, for years we've been watching the 1 hour special on YouTube of the same rubbish. So I thought it was fantastic to hear the two interviews today. One from the new chairman, isn't he, and O'Leary, and the American lad. Yeah, he put on the old hat and he has Graham's book and all. Fantastic. You know, it's great. It's great for the fan banter. You know, I wouldn't say he's going to be buying any beers like Lambert did around, but then again, you never know. He might. A couple of free Budweisers.
Buy me league titles. That's what I want. Just buy me, take me to the Premier League. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mark, can I tell Mark about how it's on my job? On
Yes, you, of
I'm
course you
all
can.
right. I'm all right. When I was
I'm
on my
waiting for you
job
to tell it. I'm waiting for you to tell it. I've only
on
came in,
Monday, I was
say it.
listening
Go
to
on.
you guys. Was it Monday?
Yeah.
And Mark, you came on when I was doing my jog, and I very much enjoyed listening to you. You did make me get through jogging for 3 minutes, talking about Ipswich in an Irish accent. I very much enjoyed it. Thank you.
That's all I
And you
do.
talked sense. I tried to explain to Martin. You talked sense.
I don't really
And I
talk bollocks like everyone else, but it's
No, you were. I was jogging along, and I was going yes, 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 and you
3
kept
minute
me
wonder,
going.
Mark. Is that your nickname? 3 minute wonder.
3 minute wonder.
See?
When I brought Mark in, I thought, right, said to myself, how long before Amy has to say, Mark, I just really loved it. I was asking to myself.
I do. It was look, I will listen to. I always listen to this podcast when I go for a jog because it takes my mind off jogging. But if Mark's there, right, I'm going to make sure that when I go for a jog, you've got Mark live because it works. Because I listen to you, and I think I agree with everything you say. That's all I'm trying to say.
Ben Adams,
Which is more than I say for Cruncher.
You never agree with me, Mark, in about 10 years.
Ben Adams said, "You know what I love most?
Love you, Amy.
This is a group of friends laughing, joking, smiling. We've missed that."
The only sad thing about this announcement today is that when you'll all be able to get to Portman Road a lot quicker than I'll be. I won't be able to get for probably about another year with all the COVID messing and all that.
Oh,
I'll
mate!
be watching
Honestly, we're talking about like when the
I'll be watching bloody iFollow again.
Next year's fixture list should be out. Okay, we're still a couple of months off, aren't we?
Mid-June normally.
But how do
season.
we embrace that? And I'm thinking about next season when I might actually be able to go because this season's a write-off. But can I go? Can I actually go? Because I'm an away fan and I have no claim on tickets. So am I going to be like, literally, I will go outside the stadium. I am feeling like that at the moment. But so as an away fan, are we actually going to be allowed in? Or am I going to have to wait?
No one knows yet.
No. And that kills, like, on a serious point, season ticket holders should definitely get priority. Martin's laughing at me. But I am being serious. But as an away fan, when the fuck am I going to get to go back again? I don't know. It's over a year since I last went to a game.
We'll send you
and
a
I know
postcard.
it now is for all of you.
We'll send you a postcard. Don't worry. All right. We'll make sure you get one sent up north. Stephen, talking about north. Here he is. Our Jimmy Bullard.
Big.
There's no wrong with my alarm. It's lovely.
I'm getting in there first.
Just shut the door. Just shut the door on it. How are you feeling, Jimmy?
I'm still at my Fosters, but no, it's wonderful, isn't it? And you know, like all the comments said, at the end of the day, we've had every single time we've come on here, there's usually been something. We've either been some different opinions, or there's been people complaining or moaning. Everyone's just happy. Everyone's just delighted. Everyone's just going, what's the future hold? You know, I know Amy's looking about 100 years down the line at new stadiums and stuff, but it's fine. Do that, because we never know what the future will hold now, and that's the exciting bit.
If we're in the Premier League and the question is losing Portman Road or being in the Premier League, of course I'm gonna fucking choose staying in the Premier League. But
she ain't letting it go.
I'm not.
She will chain herself to Portman Road, and she will not leave it.
I will go and find my seat.
I said this to Amy before. Yeah, you go and talk to a Man City fan, ask him if he wants to go back to Main Road or stay where he is.
He'll stay where?
A Man City fan to go back to Main Road or stay at the Etihad. I guarantee every single one say I'll stay here.
Okay,
you know,
but I live in Yorkshire, where it's so I know a few Donny fans who miss Bellevue.
Doncaster can't afford to build a fag packet. Let's be realistic. I'm talking about £1 billion problem.
But so the Keepmoat Stadium is a nice ground. It is lovely, and it's actually not that far from where they used to live.
Yeah.
But they miss Bellevue. Bellevue is now houses. It's hard. I'm sorry.
We're arguing about a stadium move that isn't even being discussed.
I know, you're right. You're right. No, you are right. You're right. Ignore me.
All I'm saying is the positivity that we have. We're all enjoying ourselves. We're all having fun. I saw the interviews. I loved it when his kid came in and he was going on about driving tractors and things like that. And the fact it took 14 months. They've been discussing this with Marcus Evans for 14 months. And it's only just coming out now. And he's been saying, I wanted to say stuff, I couldn't, and it's killing me. And I'm thinking, that's honest. It seems honest. He just seems honest. And I'm thinking, well, fair enough. I'm on for the ride.
Yeah.
Do you know what I really liked? And I know maybe it's just me. Sorry, I'll stop talking for a minute. But when he was talking about his family, maybe it's a PR thing. Martin's hoping I won't. But when he was talking about his kids and talking about family, and I feel like whenever Ipswich talked about being a family club before, it's just been the words. And maybe it's just the elation of today, but I was just like, yes, this guy is there where I am right now. And I feel like I've never felt that about Ipswich ever before, about how important the family side is to it. And it is, of course it is. I wouldn't be an Ipswich fan if it wasn't for my dad.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Amy, I was going to ask you that tonight. What are your dad's thoughts on the takeover?
All right, moving on.
Daddy is talking about people throwing their. Oh my God! Please don't go on Twitter and give him grief because I will give you grief back.
Leave it there. Leave it there. Amy.
We'll talk off here. We'll talk off here. Don't worry about it.
We won't throw somebody who's not here under the proverbial bus. But
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, Cruncher, can you start a GoFundMe for Amy in Portman Road, please? Because I think she might, by the time she's got a couple of quid, she might have enough to buy it off the council and save it forever. Alex.
Seriously, though, if they can get the next generation of kids back to Portman Road, it'd be fantastic. The next generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say this, but when I was a kid, I knew all about Ipswich Town, hence why I followed them. But I'd love if there was a new generation of Irish people or Scottish, Welsh, all foreign, just to buy into the thing again. It's fantastic. I'd be browned off trying to explain to young fellas who come into my shop who are 16 and 17, and they ask me who I support, and I tell them, and then I give them the drivel, blah blah blah. And recently, actually last year, a fella said to me after I said, "Yeah, I follow Ipswich." I said, "Ipswich were once upon a time they were up, in the Premier League." I said, doing the FA Cup, and they were in Europe. And this kid, about 16, said to me, "Oh, so they were sort of like Wigan." And I looked at him, Wigan? No, fucking nothing like Wigan. But that was his definition. He was 16. He'd seen Wigan in the Premier League. They'd won the FA Cup, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I really need, the next generation of kids from the Ipswich area to go to the games.
Well,
it must be fantastic.
Why did you support Ipswich, Mark? What prompted you to support them?
Right, it's a simple story. 1978 Cup final. I'm upstairs in my bedroom and my dad calls me down. He says, the FA Cup's on. So there was a team in blue and a team in yellow. So I said, right, I'm going to be for the Blues. And that was it. So we won the cup. And a week or two later, my dad came to London and he went down to Ipswich and he brought me home the Ipswich gear. So that was it. So I wore it. And then as years went on, very hard to find friends to come to Ipswich, especially when I was older. So eventually I got to know a few fellas and we started going over. So I got over 2 or 3 times a year for the last 20 years, mostly away games. But yeah.
And it wasn't a bad start, was it? It wasn't a bad start. FA Cup and then 3 years later, UEFA Cup.
I always wanted to go to Wembley, like everyone did. I always wanted to go to Wembley to see Ipswich. And of course, it was the very last competitive game in the old Wembley Stadium. And I get to it. And where am I sitting? In the fucking Barnsley end. My story is that I actually flew over that morning with a few quid and I went round and I didn't know it was illegal to buy tickets off touts in England, because in Ireland it's not. You just go along that. So anyway, so I went to the policeman and I said to him, "Where are the touts?" And he looked at me as if he was about to arrest me nearly. And what's the story? And eventually I found a fella, and I paid 150 quid. And he gave me the ticket, and I walked in, and I thought I was going to be in the middle of the Barnsley Combat 18 crowd. I didn't know where I was. And I was sitting beside these crowd of old fellas who didn't want to even cheer or nothing. So I ended up cheering for the Barnsley defence, should we say, every time Ipswich went for the shot. But when Craig fucking Higgins scored a goal, a nightmare. But then it was great in the end. Obviously, walking up Wembley Way, fantastic memories, and hopefully the next generation will get them.
Absolutely. Alex,
Honestly,
I'm going to have to bring somebody else in. I appreciate you. Look after yourself.
Take care, guys.
Nice to see you as
Cheers,
always.
mate. Thank you.
Bring Graham in, because Graham obviously has got his book into the hands of a director.
Tell us the story, Graham. What's going on? How did you get the book over there? Tell us what's going on.
Okay, well, basically, the Accrington away game, when was that? About 5 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah,
5, 6 weeks ago. After that win against 10-man Accrington, I tweeted, just sent a tweet out and said that the Takeover talk seemed to have galvanised the team, because I think that was in the middle of that 3-winning run, the last throws of Paul Lambert. In it, I tagged Brett Johnson and said that I would be quite happy to send him a copy of my book so that he could see what it was like with the club he was rumoured to be buying, what it was like to support them when they were a great team.
Oh no, we've lost him.
Graham, where you going?
To be continued.
To be, yeah,
That's a cliffhanger. That's like EastEnders line, that is.
We're to really stretch Graham's story out over an 18-part content created series. In fact, part 2 can resume in about 10 seconds. Here it comes. Here it comes.
He's back.
I'm back. I got cut off there. So basically, he followed me and then sent a message, and he said, "I've bought your book already. You don't need to send it to me." So you know that's your initial impression of the guy buying the club. He's interested in what he might be taking on, and obviously the book was bloody good, because he then went on and bought the club as a result.
We owe it all to you, Graham.
Well, thanks to you, Graham.
So
forget about Blue Action. Forget about Blue Action. It was Graham down there.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, Brook Action instead. So
Come out, Graham. Was it about 2012, 2013?
What, the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came out of 2014, I think it was originally.
I remember taking that to Tenerife with me. It's one of my little poolside reads.
Yeah.
I bought it for my dad, I think, this Christmas.
Yeah.
With the hope that I can pinch it this summer when I go down to see him, so I can read it when I'm on the beach.
Amy, what a great thought that was. Matt Phillips in swimming trunks, poolside.
Yeah. Well, basically, from that point onwards, I kept in touch with him, and I started sort of sending him some ramblings after each.
He's going around Adam Flat's house. What's going on?
He's talking to the new owner, and then he leaves it there.
It is a great book. I'm dying to read it. I ordered it for my dad, but Graham,
it is a great read. It's a great read. Great adventures he's been on.
Where's that hamster? Get that hamster.
It's sitting.
He's changed. He just dropped 30 years off him.
Why wait
Did you write a book?
Story? No, Sid's more of a blankety blank player than an author.
What is it?
Up in a minute.
Come on.
Brett Johnson bought a football club. You blank.
What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do? What did you do, Sid, when you heard the news this morning? 11 a.m. Bang. Live. Town had been taken over. What did you do?
Still asleep.
I nearly threw me coffee. No, I nearly threw me coffee over the dashboard. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and can you believe it as we sit here now?
I don't think it's sunk in yet. Definitely.
Sid wants to see success. He said he's jealous. We saw success, Rich. He wants to see success. He could see it.
All I've seen.
How old are you, Sid? How old are you? 20, early 20s, aren't you? There you go. So
All I've seen is a
Mike,
win over Newcastle.
Rich, can you stop asking this question because it makes me feel old?
Oh! Part three. Here it is.
He's back.
Yay, Graham!
I don't know what's going on with this because I was basically stayed fine until I started talking. Maybe Martin's trying to tell me something. I don't know.
My hands will stay here.
But no, basically we sort of carried on messaging and getting responses back from Brett, every sort of through the weeks, all the games, etc. And he genuinely sounded interested. There was obviously no sort of real talk about the takeover because he's obviously on a non-disclosure. So I wouldn't expect him to. I did at one point say my head was getting done by all the in the nose. And I think my sanity was just about to take a real bad leap. And he just sort of said, keep the faith. And that was as much as he said about the takeover. But just from the fact that we were keeping the communication line going, you could make your own interpretation that irrespective of all the people that were in the know, I was quite calm. I didn't know when it was happening. I mean, I was out for a walk this morning. I didn't even know it had happened till I got back. But I was still expecting it to happen. And it did do. And, I think just like the guy just seems so genuine, I really honestly feel like he's a friend already, as well as the owner of the club, because I've been in this communication. Sorry, I'm boring Amy, aren't I? She's asleep.
No. Oh, God, no. I've just been up since 6 because of the kids. Ignore me. I'm thrilled.
So, Graham, listen, will you be able
There is a reason I'm still up. I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Ignore the yawns. It's just because of my children. Please, honestly, I am enwrapped. Thank you, Graham.
Graham, I think you should definitely keep. I definitely think that you should keep your contact with him now, because when I'm trying to get over for a few games and it's going to be hard to get tickets, I'd like to be in the know, so you can sort me out.
Yeah. No. I mean, I've just been totally impressed. And one little snippet that Mr. Lambert is aware of, literally 5 minutes before this show, I got an agreement from Brett that he will appear on one of the shows in the next week or so.
Oh, Graham!
Basically,
hey, Graham, I've got a question for Graham. You were not watching iFollow putting money into the club. Your stance has changed now, presumably. Oh, he's paused again. Is he paused?
No, I think I'm still here. Is Matt frozen now?
Are you going to start buying the iFollows?
Say again?
Are you going to start buying the iFollows? Because I know you was on a bit of a ban, weren't you? Do you want to put any money in Evans?
I started buying it for the Accrington game the day that it was announced Lambert had gone. So I've bought everyone since that. So yeah, totally for it. But no, Brett replied to me about 10 to 9. About 20 to 9, said, I'm a bit pushed today. I said, well, I wasn't really expecting you to appear on tonight's show, but maybe one of the either Thursday or Saturday. So he said, if I liaise with Martin and get a couple of 3 dates, he really wants to go on it. He was really encouraged by the fact Andy Holt and Darragh McAntony had been on, and he really wants to represent, the ownership side of the club.
The postman G. The postman G is delivered, Martin. Down there.
Really good stuff, Graham. It really is good stuff. Thank you. We'll sort that out for sure.
We did promise this to be the best show tonight, didn't we?
Well, hopefully much more to come. Mark, before I let you go, because I've got people waiting.
Go on,
Matt mentioned iFollow there. Obviously, you've been following the club. Are you going to buy this Saturday's game?
Yeah, of course I will. I reckon it'll be great fun. It'll be me in my room, all on my own, and the family going past me as usual. And so, what are you watching that show for again? I'll go because they're my team, and I was trying to educate them today about Americans buying it. The 2 kids love American things, So they'll, So hopefully, I will definitely watch it. Of course,
good times are coming, Mark.
Back to work now in 4 weeks, so
I'm so happy to have met you. I'm so happy to have met you, Mark.
Nice one, Mark.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and we'll talk to you next week or whatever. Go on.
Cheers, Mark. Stephen, I'll bring a couple of people in a second. Obviously, you live
Amy,
like,
you've got
laying
love
out
eyes
more.
on. You've got love eyes on with Mark, haven't you?
I do. I honestly, I really enjoyed listening to him on
It's
the
the
last
accent, isn't it?
podcast that he did. Well, yeah, a little bit, but no, I thought he made sense. And to be fair, I do relate to most people on this podcast other than you. No, I'm joking.
Hey, take her off. Get rid of her. Come on.
I wish I could.
No, he's not getting rid of me.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy.
I can't. I've thought about it a couple of times, but I can't.
He's thought about it. There you go.
I just
Why
couldn't
would
do it.
you? Well, no, you can't. You can't bin off the only woman.
Oh
No,
dear.
yeah, get Vicky on, as Michael Finch says. Yeah, Stephen.
I think Mark's very funny, and I enjoy listening to him. And I also enjoy Sid, because me and you, Sid sent me a message, and we made friends, didn't we? Because we were not friends a little while ago.
Would you two have beef or something? What was going on?
I'd probably said something stupid a few years ago.
It's silly.
Unlike me,
stuff.
it's
It's silly Twitter stuff. Honestly, it's what people do on Twitter, and it's fine. It is fine because you eventually grow up. Sid grew up.
Thank you, Johnny.
Well, we've had arguments, Amy. We had arguments when disagreement with Mick McCarthy on Facebook. But you're all grudges. You move along. Forget about it. Everybody agrees on the main
I
thing.
thought Rich is a wanker for a very long time, but I still talk to him.
You still do, Amy. I won't worry about it.
Yourself in the sin bin. You can't talk to Cruncher like that. Only PD users can do that.
5 minutes out. She's got to be 5 minutes.
Yellow card. And I've got to ask Stephen this question that I haven't thought of yet. All right, so just park yourself there. I'll bring you back in a minute. I'm going to bring Colin in a second, Stephen. He's seen the club through all thick and thin, as yourself has. You live obviously up north, like Amy. What does it mean to a fan that's a bit removed from Portman Road?
I've got one thing to say about Stephen living up north. He can actually hold his drink. Amy can't.
No. Well, she holds it.
Because he's been drinking since 11:30.
Where's the beep, Stephen? I can't hear the beep. What's going on? Where's the beep?
Johnson fixed it.
I'll give it a whack with the hammer and shut the door. And I thought if I spoke a bit louder, you might not hear it as much.
Right, Stephen, I love you. I'm sorry, no more questions. I love you. Look after yourself. I love you. I love you. Mike, I'll bring you in first. Graham's back. Graham, part 4. Hang on, Mike.
Okay, let's hope I don't get cut off again. I was just saying, basically, if you've got any sort of doubts about whether you can believe owners or not, Brett did say a couple of weeks ago that when it was the right time, he'd send a photo of him with the book to me. That came through early afternoon today. So, talk about as good as his word. He must have been a few more things that he was busy with than worrying about the book, but he delivered and got that sent straight through. So, what more can I say? I really think a mixture of Brett and Michael O'Leary, who came across really impressive. I don't think you can ask for more personally.
I think with Michael O'Leary, what I got from his interview today was we keep going on about this Suffolk spirit, don't we? We've been saying this all year on the podcast. We kind of disconnected to Evans. I feel like O'Leary was like, a nice little progression from the Cobbos, Sheepshanks, O'Leary. He said that vibe about him that he got the club. Do you know what I mean? Evans never got the club. We didn't know what he looked like for 10 years. I feel like O'Leary knows.
Who's going to be the new CEO then, Matt? Do you reckon it's going to be Mark Ashton?
Yeah, I would say that's pretty who they want. Yeah.
Tent.
Yeah, I think Ashton's the guy they want. But he's done a good job at Bristol City. He got Pearson in. We can only kind of speculate, can't we? But I would imagine, O'Leary and Ashton work together at West Bromwich Albion. They know each other.
So
I'd imagine it's a good
difference. So we've got O'Neill is the.
Who knows what O'Neill is? But we now got a chairman, and they're looking to get a CEO.
No, but, so we've got that's what have they said on the announcement today? There is a what? What have they said?
Blankety blank all over again.
O'Leary chairman.
Unofficial.
I'm really trying to make sure I'm right. What have they said?
Do you know what, Amy? I love you. Have another sin bin. I've got somebody else coming in now. Victoria! Victoria! The people have called for it, and here you are.
Oh,
how are you, darling?
Hi.
Come on, bring the courtship back down a little bit, Vicky. Come on.
She's pissed, isn't she?
She's absolutely. She's on the sauce.
She's been on it all day. Bless her. We love her. We love her very dearly. How are you feeling? How are you feeling this evening?
Oh, static. It's brilliant, isn't it? Really good. You can't be negative today at all. Not one little bit. Can you?
No, you definitely can't be. Of course you can't be. No, Marcus Evans is no more. Mike, you are Marcus Evans' biggest fan. You love him. You've always liked him as our owner. How are you feeling this evening?
Oh, this has been one of the funniest shows ever. I was on a Zoom meeting with Amy and a few others earlier, and I was like, if she was going on here, I knew exactly what would happen. You know, she's just made the show tonight, and she's got absolutely better. Obviously, words, just can't get words out. No,
Mike, are you still in the same clothes as you were 24 hours ago?
I watched the interview with Leo O'Neill and everything. I sort of read a lot of it and stuff. And do you know what? You kind of feel like he's, you know, like people are saying, you kind of get the feeling that they're going to be more of a sort of family club again. You know, bring the community back. But you know, the fact he's willing to come on the show and that, you know, it's what we've been missing under Evans. And no, I don't love Evans, and no, I don't want.
There's a question there, Vicky, in the chat from Russell Claydon. Ask Vicky what she thinks of the Marcus Evans era.
Shit. Fucking shit. Get in the bin.
Yes. We love that, don't we?
Sid, Jonathan Hammond would like to thank Marcus for selling. Would you like to thank Marcus for selling?
100%. The bloke was a fucking poison to the club. Yeah, right, the bills are paid on time, but that was all he was going to get. Just.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it? I mean, let's be honest. But it's a new time. There must be something we're all thinking that, you know, what's our little voice in our head saying? What's the most exciting thing you can think of about this whole takeover? For me, it's just where the journey will eventually end up. You know, people keep saying Marcus took charge, we had the same things, and be wary. Marcus didn't know nothing about football. He left 13 years later knowing nothing about football. These guys have got football clubs. They've done their trade. They've learned their skill.
The thing is, Martin, somebody said to me today, it's a risk. But it was a risk staying with Marcus because he didn't invest, did he? So we would have gone further down with Marcus. So at least it's a good journey and we can get on board and really get behind the team now. Well,
it's time to roll that dice, isn't it, Vicky? You've got a football club ownership. Look, you never know who you're going to get, but what would we rather do? Would we rather stick with Marcus Evans, League One, go probably further down the pyramid, or roll the dice? We don't know what we're going to get, but look, it's exciting. I think if anybody out there thinks that we're going to be spending millions next season and in the summer, I think they're in for a bit of a shock because we're not going to in the summer. It's going to be, like I've said before, I think us three have all said it, smarter recruitment in the summer. And a lot of them free transfers, people say, they're free transfers. We'll be able to get the best of them free transfers. We should be at the top now, looking at all them the better signings, not in the bargain bin. Alex Gilliard, Stephen Parry, the one member of the Alex Gilliard fan club.
We do need to spend some money though, Rich. We've got a lot of players out of contract. And you know we have got to put some money into this club. I mean, look, people say, what? How does this bode well for the future? The most exciting thing about this takeover is next season, because this season's pretty much a write-off. We make the playoffs if you know. It's
not a write-off, Mike. It's not a write-off. This is a massive 8 games. It's a massive 8 games we've got, and we've got an opportunity to get out the league. We can get ahead of where we want to be. Yeah, I did.
We've got to have a shot on target first, Rich. We're going to start scoring goals.
We can't be writing off the season when we're 3 points off the playoffs with 8 games to go. Martin said that before. We're still in the mix.
No, we can write the season off when we play like shit.
The last 2 games, Rich.
Yeah, but I have. But we don't write the season off when you're 3 points out of the playoffs with 8 games left. That's nonsense to say that.
It isn't nonsense because we're playing like bollocks.
Yeah, absolutely, Vicky. You tell him.
All right, Sid, I love you. Appreciate you. Really appreciate you. You have a little something in the post soon, I promise. Flatty, I'll bring you in. Flatty, then Colin. Flatty.
Evening, all. All right.
Hey, baby, talk to me.
I'm gonna have to make this quick. I've got to phone Leo Neal back. He called me earlier about a job opportunity. So
no, be kind. There's someone's job at the end of the day. Be kind. It's not his fault.
I used to work with Leo Neal. I don't know if anybody knows that. I used to work with him briefly many moons ago. But there we go.
What were you doing?
I used to work at insurance company. I won't bore people. And he used to come back when he was at university. He used to temp. He used to sit on the desk behind me.
What? Really?
Yep. No joke.
Sounds like
weird how life works out, isn't it?
Right, and then if you'd have told me that he would be like a CEO at Ipswich, I'd have said you're fucking crazy. But there you go. Hey, amazing how things work out.
Well, all he was a caretaker. Showed prospective buyers round. And then told us there wasn't any. So who were you showing?
Can you put Callie's comment like mine on there?
This one. Just because we're playing like shit, don't mean write the season off. May as well we'll turn off all ITFC content till summer. I don't do that, Callie. It's my livelihood, man. Don't be turning me off. Don't be turning me off.
Whose side are you on?
Look,
well,
you can't.
We've got. Look, I do get that. But we've got a shot on goal as well, haven't we? We didn't match anything.
Yeah, but you somehow stumble into a bit of momentum, a playoff, a promotion, whatever. If we can attack the first transfer window with a new owner and only have one more to go before the Premier League is achieved, that's exciting stuff. That's exciting. Yeah. That's exciting. Like something's got to galvanise these players, and maybe being told a vision or a dream or this is where the club is going. Are you with us or not? Maybe this will galvanise them.
I agree with Mike and Vicky because I think we've seen enough in the 8 games under Cook so far and the 30 before that to know these players haven't got it in them. They haven't got it in them.
The thing is, Rich, we may have been taken over, but we've still got the same shit team. So we've got to be realistic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we don't write the season off because there is still 24 points to play for.
Give me a reason for paying £10 on Saturday.
Look. If we make the playoffs, then brilliant. You know, it'll be another 2 games, 4 games, possibly another 3 games sort of thing, and then we might get promoted luckily to the playoffs. But the reality is, I just feel. Look, I'm not really too worried about where we are this season now. I kind of lost faith after the Northampton game, to be brutally honest. But right now, look, whatever happens this season. You know,
you've been criticising Cook, though. You've been criticising Cook, Mike, on social media. And now you're saying you're not worried.
Yeah,
make your mind up.
What's wrong with that?
You're just saying the season's a write-off.
Hey, it was a fucking celebration. You can both sit yourselves. Oh, hello. You've all gone.
I'm going to cut you all off. No, it's just me.
Exit. Oh, there we go.
I preferred the view before.
By the way, Mike is still ranting, but he's ranting to nobody because you're not on the screen. His mouth is doing that, and he's going for it. There he is.
Where is he?
He's bad.
I wasn't.
Look, I was just surprised everybody else that I was standing on my own.
He's kicking everybody off.
I am. I'm kicking off.
Right, so I've just had a question, mine. I've just had a question from Joe Sheehan, the women's manager.
Oh.
Big question is, will the women's team get investment?
Yes.
So I think that's an important. It's not just.
No, I really hope so. When I was sorry, it's all right for me to say. When I was working down there like 10 years ago, the club were trying to distance themselves from the women's team. So I'd like to see. I mean, that's a long time ago, but I would like to see the opposite now. Because that was ridiculous. They just didn't want to have anything to do with the women's team, and that was 10 years ago. And
but that's changed now because we had Kieran on, didn't we, last week? Martin, Kieran Stanley was on, and they've got a really good relationship with the club now. And I think moving forward,
it's my understanding from my very close source that they've got a couple of commitments, and one of the commitments is to fund all operations of the club, academy, women's team, infrastructure, etc. So that is one of
the great to see the ladies in the WSL. It'd be great.
How can you not fund the women's team? I mean,
well, I think if you want to look back, you could question that from our club.
Another of their commitment is to return the club or restore the team's relationship with the community. And you do that through a strong women's team. You do that through a strong academy, through a strong children's program. You do that through those different things. And the community trust, for example, I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know. I've not had conversations about that, but those sorts of initiatives.
I think we have to give Paul Lambert credit. He was one who went to Evans and said, "You need to have your community trust back." So that's probably one of the positives that came out of his regime, I think.
And if you look at Phoenix, they are a real community club. They've got fans for him, very similar to this. Not quite as popular, but they've got fans for him. The owners walk among the fans, front and central. If you put in Phoenix Rising, you'll probably find one of the 3 or 4 or 5 owners of this football club now. It's a real community based, and I think women's team. I think they can certainly be excited. Absolutely, no shadow of a doubt.
I think we can all be excited. Listen.
It's nice
Guys,
that that's
go,
just a natural thing.
Cheers, mate.
Go and get snuggled up.
I'll argue with you later, Mike. He's gone.
He's in a tent, I think, tonight.
He was in there last night, Amy.
He was.
I know, it's ridiculous.
I think one of the first things we might see, and Michael Woods on Twitter come back to me on this evening. He said, the Magical Vegas deal's up, isn't it? So I wonder if Game Changer 20 might use their influence to get a new shirt sponsor quite quickly.
Possibly.
We had a new shirt sponsor, didn't we?
Well, I think Magical Vegas gave it up to the Carers Trust, didn't they, for
it's
1
just
year?
a season, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah,
it's just for this season.
I think their deal is done, so it'd be interesting to see if they bring some of that American commercialism to the shirt sponsor.
I did see Brett commenting. Someone had asked him about will there be Phoenix Rising shirts on sale? And
we want one.
Possibly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
32 quid. You can get them for 32 quid at the minute, Matt.
Flatty, I'll let you go. Vicky, I love you. Look after yourself.
See you, Vicky. See you. See you, Adam.
Am I allowed to stay this time?
You're still here.
If you say sorry for calling me the W word.
No, don't say it again. Colin, talk to me about how you're feeling.
Look at that shirt. Come on, Colin, show us that shirt.
What we got here, Colin? What are we wearing here?
Ute.
Martin, how are you?
I'm very well, Colin. How are you?
Yeah, a bit of 1970s going on there, Rich.
What year is that?
Be very late 60s, 70s, 71, 72.
Would you be up for a yellow away kit, Matt?
I would, yeah. I like it. Yellow shirt, blue shorts, looks good. Yellow and blue, looks good.
It was yellow shirts, dark blue shorts, yellow socks, and I always remember games going down the old bridge, watching the town playing the yellow, blue, yellow, yeah. Great day.
We don't pay much anyway, Colin. Don't matter, does it? Bring it back.
That was in the days when Alan Hudson cheated. He hit the side net and
give a goal, didn't they?
And they give a goal. Yeah. Shocking. Anyway, and enough of Chelsea. Yeah. Martin, like Rich said earlier on, I'll tell you, I felt so emotional today. I really have. I can't really put into words how emotional I've been. Really, I'm bordering on crying. Really, it's like you got part of your family back or something like that. Really, it was really, really quite something really close to my heart today, and I mean, it's onwards and upwards now, Martin, and let's just hope. I like my son texts me, my older son, and he texted me today, and he's quite switched on, and he said, these things ain't going to happen, overnight, Dad. It's going to be 2 or 3 years, before things really start on the up. And I must admit, I kind of agree with him. I hope it's a bit quicker than that. But there's so many things to sort out, isn't there? Matt would know more about that kind of thing, But,
what's your aspirations, Colin? What are you hoping to get out of this now? What are your hopes?
My hopes are everybody's going to keep thinking I'm mirror imaging Rich. I'm not. I've got my own opinions. You heard what I said the other day, and I genuinely think if those bloody S houses who've been playing for us for the whole of the season.
Amy's been swearing all night.
I got banned from.
Yeah, I mean, Martin, if these showers who have kind of been given next to nothing all season, actually sit down on their lounge seats tonight and start thinking to themselves, do you know what? I really need to kick into gear on Saturday. They should have done that about 6 months ago, but anyway.
Yeah.
And if we see like a massive improvement on Saturday, and like Rich said, we're talking about 24 points here. We ain't talking about 12 or something like that, 4 games. We're talking about 8 games. And it is, I do agree with Rich, it is still a lot of points, or I say a lot of points, quite a few points to play for. You got Charlton still got to play Lincoln. You still got to play, several teams at the top still got to play each other. They're going to nick points. Best case scenario, yes, would be possibly draws in those games. But a lot of those teams, I can't remember all of them. I know definitely Charlton have still got to play Lincoln. And I think they've now rearranged that for 4th of May. That by that time, that could be really interesting. But also my hopes. So my hopes are still, let's kind of try and get in those playoffs if we can get up that way this year. If not, let's build again. Let's really start building again next season. Because I'm sure Paul Cook has got a certain amount of players in his mind, back of his mind, who he's got penciled in, and if we are still in Division 1 next year, and we get the likes of the kind of players being. Sorry, Martin.
Sorry, I know it's irrelevant, but it's League One, and it's such a difference between Division 1 and League 1. Because
I'm
a
all
lot,
grammar police
it is a
over
lot.
there.
No, it's not grammar. It's a lot lower. Like,
Simping. We'll bring Johnny in. We'll bring the equilibrium up of those that like to have a drink. Don't worry.
He's in the house. I haven't seen you for weeks.
I know. I miss Johnny. I miss Johnny.
It's way past my bedtime. I was lucky enough to be involved in the Talking Town birth and forums when I was on furlough, but I've been working for the past 3 months, and my alarm goes up at 5 o'clock. So it's
mine's going off at 3:30, Johnny, in the morning. I'm here every week.
Yeah, but you'd probably finish about 2. So
2 half 12.
No,
it's earlier than that.
I want to say cheers and congratulations on you 3 guys at the top there for breaking this when you did.
Thank you.
Sterling work on the ball. Brilliant, untouchable.
It's them two.
No, I'm not going to leave you out because Jonathan Blake nearly did, and I thought we were going to have a fight with him. So it's all 3 of you really. What you've created here is brilliant, and all the fans are really appreciative of what you've created. So top marks.
Thank you.
I'm just come on to say cheers because we've finally got all our 3 boxes ticked that we wanted, even though we've been calling for it since before Christmas, haven't we, mate?
It's a full house, Johnny. It's a full house.
Full house. And Crunch just came to me in the week saying, "There's nothing positive here, Johnny." Yeah, but I'm not in the know like you, so I couldn't be positive after that Rochdale game. I'm sorry. It was low. It was tight, wasn't it? But I'm not positive for the rest of this season because I think the current proper players know this has been coming, and they're not interested. They can't put the effort in. So I'm positive for season close and what's going to happen at the end of the season and between the next season. And it's going to be, like Martin said, it's going to be scaled up a whole lot more than what we should have been expecting if Evans hadn't sold. So, all
brilliant. Don't it show you, Johnny, what it means to look? You've got Colin over there. '64 you started following Town, didn't you? So
Yeah.
you've seen us FA Cups, you've seen all the glory days, and you're emotional this morning. So it shows what Ipswich Town means to so many people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And exactly, Crunchy, what you said, you're desperate to show your boys a bit some of the glory. You know, this Portman Road actually just shaking through the roar. You know, the full crowd in there, and those night matches, the electric atmosphere. You know, they're coming back, and you must be desperate to show your boys that. And fair play to Archie, you know, for not swaying to the Man Cities and all that. You know, he's stuck with the Town, so he's got you to thank for that, or not thank for that. Up to
well, hopefully going forward now, it will be sort of
exactly so
better days to look forward to, won't it? Really,
you know.
I do feel like, Johnny, if we get into the playoffs, if we sneak it, we get a sixth. Yeah, it feels like Cook has probably struck a magic formula, doesn't it? Because we seem far off it after Rochdale. If we were to suddenly put a run together somehow, he somehow gets a formation together, we finish sixth. I feel like we've got an opportunity because we've got a great manager. He hasn't got great players, but it might be that he gets that formula that gets us over the line. Do you know what I mean?
The only hope we have, Matt, is we just get a little ounce of luck, and we haven't had any luck at all. The ball's never dropped to us. It's never dropped to the second ball. It's never dropped to one of our shirts.
I think you make your own luck, Johnny. If you're a good side, you make your own luck, don't you? I think a lot of the time.
But, you know, sometimes you gotta chase it, and ironically, the two of the players that I've been the biggest critic of, Judge and Chambers, you know, who should be coming to the end of their careers, they're the only ones. And Toto, sorry, I don't want to miss him out. Have been showing Kirk that I'm here. You know, I'm going to run for you. And they're the only ones, really, true in my mind, that stood out. So
just to update
people,
people,
so of course, so they've got a bit of history together.
Just to update people, Amy has gone for a fag, for a cigarette. She is.
She will be back.
Yeah, those were her words in the private chat. There's an empty chair at the moment.
He'll come back completely wasted.
There's an empty chair at the moment. So those asking in the chat, I've not kept her off. She's just gone for a cigarette. So there we go. Look, it's been a great show so far. So we've got Rob Smith. To everyone, just think how bad it has been recently. We have everything to look forward to again. Happy days and love this show. Well, I'm Martin, Matt, Crunch. Keep it going onwards and upwards. Thank you so much. Flay. Yeah, cheers, Rob. Hate to bring the mood down. This news about Yeovil, Lee Collins is horrific. Absolutely. Yeah, really horrific.
Very sad news that.
Really horrific. Shocking. Callie, putting my issues with EAD to the side. They're slow because, let's face it, they ain't fans. And all the pods, they're the ones that get paid by the paper. TC, Blue Monday, naked. Is that naked or naked football?
Naked.
Is fan run and has passion. Callie, thank you. Google user. Anyone consider what if there's no change? They want out with any emotional ties. What if there's no change? They want out with any emotional ties. Evans has, and we end up like Berry. It's not going to happen.
I don't think we're going to end up like Berry. I think we've got working with completely different people here.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. No, it's not going to happen. Andrew Plum. All of us emotional because the club means so much to us. Runs in the blood and through the veins forever.
Is that your son, Colin?
Yeah, Andrew is my younger son. Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. Could I say something, man?
Of course you can.
Yeah, I'd just like to say, you know, about from Saturday onwards, and to be honest with you, I hope the whole squad are watching this. I really do, because I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll have my little say to that squad, right? See that? I say, see this shirt? Like I've been supporting the Town since before that, all right? So like, I've been supporting them since the 60s, right? I've done my bit, right? I've done more than my bit, okay? Like Rich, like Martin, like Matt, like Johnny, like everybody else who comes on this show. We've all done our bit. We've all spent money that probably sometimes we ain't even got, right? So I'm just suggesting, I'm just pleading, I suppose, to all players who might be watching this, from Saturday, when you pull, like I had on last night, the iconic badge over your neck, you show us, all of us, all the people I've just suggested, you show all of us that you want, I'm not going to swear because I'm not going to do that, you want to play for that shirt onwards from 3 o'clock on Saturday for the rest of the season, next season, the season after, and you want to be part of this journey. Now, you show me that. You show Rich, Matt, Martin, Johnny, everybody else who comes on this show, and it's a great show. I'm not just saying that. I can't believe I've got involved with this because I love it, right? And those players should watch things like this, you know, because then they might start to realise by getting off social media and going up the training ground and doing another session that you can't say you can do, but I know you can. So does Rich, so does Matt, so does Martin, so does Johnny. Go up and do another session, you know, do another bit of training, do another bit of finishing, do another bit of set pieces. Do it. Don't start going on the golf course just because the golf courses are open. Think about your future. Think about your career.
Colin, bravo. Bravo. But it is a good point to say all views are their own. Colin, we love you. We appreciate you. Look after yourself. I'm going to bring the show to a close very soon. We're back tomorrow to discuss MK Dons. Believe it or not. You know, 24/7 talking town. You know,
what a fantastic speech that was.
It was. It really, truly was. If you paid a £5 for this, Matt, what great content. £5 a week. I mean, a month. What great content. Amy,
it's unbelievable.
I know. Amy is back. Nice cigarette. Let's bring in. Let's bring in.
Didn't know you smoked. Didn't even know you smoked.
Here's milk trays in the house.
Anyway, I'm back from my ban because I'm not allowed
to. The tree up, Ben. Have you got the tree up?
No, mate, no, we haven't been promoted yet. But when we get promoted, that tree's going up. Yeah, ferry on top and everything.
We've got 5 minutes.
Great. I just want to say, an interesting point I want to make is we talk about the players and what this takeover is going to do to the players, and we're talking about the next kind of 8 matches and what we're going to do. Wouldn't it be ironic and almost kind of sick-making if from Saturday onwards we started playing really well? Now, the players are in a predicament. If they play like shit, then we bin them off and they're everything we thought they were. But you imagine if they start playing really well and we start winning, then it means the only reason they're playing is for contracts and for money. And that, for me, in a strange kind of way, is actually a lot worse. Does that make any sense?
They would have been doing it before. Honestly, I was talking to Martin about this earlier. That little bump that we had when we were playing well, that was pre the new owners coming in and all of this, and now I think it's shit. Actually, we're not very good, and we're going.
Yeah, but imagine it all turns and we're going to win 5 of the next games. So that the obvious question will be from all of us that have been there for every second of it is, where the hell was this the last 30 games? Because they're kind of damned if they do and they're damned if they don't.
What are we waiting for? Our team are not capable of anything.
Of course,
we're not capable even turning over MK Dons.
We will.
I think we'll win Saturday.
Ben's right. They'll be doing it for all the wrong reasons.
This season. Sorry, guys, but I'm still done with the season.
I don't care what.
I don't want to know, and then I'll come back.
You can't say that 3 points outside the playoffs. You wouldn't say. We did this with going down. We kind of said, "Oh well, we'll go down." And
put it this way. Here's a good question to maybe kind of round it up off on. If you said that the first game of the season, you're not going up this year. There's guaranteed, but the price you're going to pay is that Marcus Evans leaves, the debt is wiped, and we're going to have American owners, but you're going to have to wait till next year. Would you take it first game of the season?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and that's why the season's a success.
Yeah,
but it could be more than that.
That way.
But it could be more. But it could be more than that. So much more than that. We could have a new owner, new voice, new leadership, new investment.
There you go. Callie's comment. Callie's comment here for Amy. Have you seen it?
Amy, if we go to Wembley, are you not coming?
I won't be able to. I'm not a good enough fan.
All right, let's bring it to a close. One word.
You are.
As we sit here, 10:30 on a Wednesday. Ben, one word to describe today from your perspective, please.
Like my wedding night.
More than one word, but I'll take it. Ben, I love you. I hope you give me more time next time. Sorry. I love you, man. I love you. Amy, one word to describe today, please.
Well, I really love what Ben just said because I messaged my family earlier saying today this could be the greatest day of my life.
Okay,
And my
love
sister replied, "Are you going to tell your future hubby that? Because if that's right, then he needs to stop spending money on the wedding." So
Love it. More than one word, a lot more than one word, but we'll still take it. Johnny, one word, please. Let's go today from your perspective. We missed that. You're breaking up, Johnny. Johnny, you've got the Marcus Evans connection. It's just all gone wrong, and now you've been removed.
Oh, Johnny.
I love Johnny. I wish he'd come on every show. I really miss him. Cruncher.
Emotional.
You are going to cry, aren't you?
No, not on screen.
Yes, you are.
A few times I've felt a little bit when I was talking to Archie. When I was talking to Archie and like what it means to me as a dad and my kids and my dad who's gone, and look, Matt's dad who used to be a fan, and your dad. Yeah. It's everybody who's here today, and they're not.
Love you, man. Love you.
Yeah.
I love you. I'll save you. I'll tell you what, though, Matt. Anyone can make content. Anyone can say about a football club they don't know anything about. Anyone can sit and discuss videos about content they know nothing about. This is our club, and we love it, and it means everything, as you've just seen, to us.
Yes.
So we do what we do on a regular basis, on a daily basis. It's why we do what we do. It's why we brought Matt Slater in, because we care and we want others to know as much as they can about the football club. Matt, one word.
One word. If my dad was here, he'd have said wonderful. That was always his go-to thing. That's absolutely wonderful. For me, relief, maybe. I'm probably going to go with optimistic. I feel great optimism right now. I feel we've got a really good chairman who understands the club. I think the American guys know commercialism, marketing. They can bring this club back to where it should be. And they said they want to bring it back to former glories. So optimistic. I think we can go forward with optimism. I'm excited.
Yeah. Transformation. Transforming. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to be there with every step of the way with all of you. What a community we've got. What a show. Just this show went nowhere near where I thought it would go. It went so much better. And I love it. And I love you. And I love Crunch. I love all of my contributors. And I love all of the community that have been watching. So until next time, let's lead it out with... do you know what? I changed the thing halfway through, didn't know. Let's do it. Bye.